with Pro 25 plus 35 combined. As Sport 1 Final, Pro plus 30, Pro Light, and Pro Open. Racers often running down the front stretch they go. Battle for the lead as they already start out.
Coming into the Polaris corner, we'll line them up as they go over the finish line. Looks like the 696 of Caden Radrick is out front, followed by Cody Cook and Brady Freeland, Camden Duffy in 4th, and Caden DeFore in 5th.
Battle for the lead between Caden Rarick and Cody Kosh as they battle it out down this back part of the racetrack. On the inside goes the 696 of Caden Rarick. Looks like he will take the lead back. Those two battle with each other. They're pulling away from the rest of the field. A little bit of a mistake from Cody, and that will allow Caden to pull ahead just a little bit.
Green flag still out for your race leader, Caden Radrick, with about a 0.5 second lead over Cody Cock.
Race battle still continuing. Cody now takes over the first place position from Caden Rarick. Now here it is. Cody got around last time. He got passed through here. Let's see. It looks like Caden does have that faster line on the inside. Skeety C going into the rhythm section. This will play a big toll on who's faster through here. See Caden cutting from the inside all the way to the outside. Taking up a little bit of time to do that. That will allow Cody to stay right behind him as they cross the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross finish line. 2 laps left to go.
Caden Radrick is still indeed in first. There is still a battle there. It looks like Cody will take the inside and get around him. The rest of your field lines up as Brady Freeland is in 3rd, Caden DeFore in 4th, and Camden Duffy in 5th.
Once again, Caden with that inside line, very much faster than the outside. Hopefully Cody learns by next lap when the white flag is out. He needs to take that inside because he knows he's faster on that front stretch after the finish line. Here they go, 2 very different lines. Cody on the inside, Caden on the outside. Around, white flag out, 1 lap left to go for your race leaders.
Caden trying to stretch out that lead. He has about a 0.77 second lead over Cody, with about 3/4 of the track left to go.
This is where Caden tends to make up some time.
Caden coming around the Polaris Ram corner one last time. Checkered flag is out. Caden Radrick will take the win. Cody Cook will come across in 2nd. Brady Freeland will take 3rd. Caden DeFore will come across in 4th, and Camden Duffy will round out your field in 5th.
Sun's out, the snow's not snowing down so hard as your race leader with the early hole shot was Logan Fratellone. But here comes Peyton Hogan on the 144, right side by side as they cross the finish line. This time around, it was Peyton Hogan, your race leader. Logan Fratellone in 2nd place, Gavin Fleury in 3rd, Travis Emery, Patrick Fenton, and Dylan Powell's around your pack in 6th.
You can see Peyton Hogan out front. Logan Fratellone tries cutting on the inside of him as they go into that ram corner.
Both two choosing that inside line. Doesn't pay off for either one, but it looks like Peyton Hogan does as he's pulled just a little bit away from Logan Fratellone. Now trying to stretch out his lead of even more, just a second as of last time around. Logan Fratellone better find some fast lines to make sure he can keep up and stay right with them in case there's a mistake from Peyton Hogan. Fratellone going to choose that outside line this time and see if he can make that work to get closer to Peyton Hogan to make the pass.
That time around, Logan caught up to Fratellone. Logan Fratellone caught up to Peyton Hogan. He's now 0.4 seconds behind him. Earlier in the race, he was 1 second behind him, so he shortened that gap just a little bit.
Yellow flag out on the front stretch. Your racer down. I believe that was the 747 of Dylan Powell's. Hopefully all racers are okay and they get back up and get moving.
2 laps left to go for your race leader, Peyton Hogan.
Peyton just trying to keep his distance between he and Logan Fratellone. So this time around, all he has to do is run some smooth lines with just a lap and a half. Now we know that inside line's faster, so Peyton Hogan's gonna have that advantage and gain more of a lead going into this front stretch. Track workers doing a good job of making sure everybody stays safe and clearing the track as fast as they can. Get back to green flag racing as soon as possible, as it looks like they are just about ready to do that with 1 lap left to go, white flag out. Fratellone, you can see him popping into the picture, but we know he's not going to catch up on that outside line. Yellow flag is clear on the front stretch from the looks of it, and it looks like we're going to have a battle right to the finish as Logan Fratellone comes around the outside of Peyton Hogan.
The double checkered flag is out, and Peyton Hogan will take the win for this final. Logan Fratellone will come across in 2nd place. Gavin Fleury will take 3rd. Travis Emery will come across in 4th. Patrick Fenton will take 5th, and Dylan Powell will come across in 6th.
Final of junior stock 10 to 13. Off and running they go. Early hole shot, that looks like the 821, your number 1 qualifier of Drew Freeland. Freeland already starting to pull away from the pack, but here comes the 111 of Afton Sterry.
Drew Freeland already trying to pull away from the rest of the pack, letting 2nd place and 3rd place kind of battle it out as he pulls away.
Drew Freeland out in front. Josh Connolly sitting in the 2nd place. Afton Sterry in 2nd place. Josh Connolly in 3rd. Chance Teaton in 4th. Brock Conger in 5th. Stephen Max in 6th. And Caden DeFore, we're at your pack in 7th. Your race leader, Drew Freeland, comes around. 3 laps left to go for your racers as he still has the lead.
Drew Freeland has about a 4.6 second lead over 2nd place Afton Sterry. He is still extending that lead and going fast through the first section of the track.
Freeland looking very fast out there on the track right now, trying to lay in some good lap times as he knows he has this final. As long as he can just stay on the sled. This time around, he will get the 2 laps left to go flag as he hits the Amsoil Championship Snowcross Series finish line.
Afton Sterry sitting comfortably in 2nd place. He has about a 3-second lead over 3rd place Josh Connolly. Chance Titan in 4th, Brock Conger in 5th, Stephen Max in 6th, and Caden DeFore in 7th.
Freeland down the front stretch into that tricky rhythm section. There he goes, making his way around this corner, takes the inside line as he separated himself from the pack. 1 lap left to go for your race leader. The rest of the field lines up. Afton Sterry and Josh Connolly rounds up your top 3. Those 2 still battling it out as Josh Connolly and your 2nd place racer have been kind of bumping together. They're a little bit separated last time around.
Checkered flags are out, and Drew Freeland will take the win for junior stock 10-13. Gage and Adam Ashline.
Racers off to a good start. You can see two Skidoos working up front. Out front right now, though, that is the 710 of Adam Ashline.
Already with the early hole shot and little bit of a lead over the rest of the pack.
Don't forget, racers that are racing this ECS National Finals right now, you can pick up your trailers in the white, pick up your trophies in the white trailer across the way on the Air Force Flyaway section side of the racetrack. White trailer just by the Amsoil trailer. Pick up your top 3 trophies once you're done racing. Adam Ashline with a large lead already over Chance Teton, who is in the 2nd place position. Boatwell still in 3rd and Owen Gage in 4th.
Green flag is still out for your race leader, Adam Ashline. He has about a 3.6 second lead over 2nd place, putting him in a comfortable position. Jake Boatwell in 3rd and Owen Gage in 4th.
Ashline laying down some fast lap times. He's trying to stay smooth throughout this class. He has this win if he can just stay on his sled throughout this rest of the race. He has about 3.5 lap laps. Ashline coming across the Amsoil finish line. 3 laps left to go for your race leader. Chance Teton continues to be in 2nd place. Jake Boatwell in 3rd and Owen Gage in 4th.
Little bit of a battle between 4th and 3rd place. Jake Boatwell is in 3rd as of now, but Owen Gage is catching him, only about 0.5 seconds behind him.
Battle still continues between those two as they make their way on the backstretch. But there's your race leader all out alone. 2 laps left to go for him as the battle continues for the last spot on the trophies. Ashline, there he is, making his way on this front stretch. Very difficult, but making it look easy through that rhythm section.
Adam with 1 lap left to go. The white flag is out.
Well, he's out front, moving along, putting in cruise control. The battle for 3rd and 4th is now heating up. Along, Chance Teton getting in there. Now here comes Jake Boatwell trying to make a move maybe for 2nd place also.
Adam Ashline, your race leader, has about half a lap left to go till he can get that double checkered flag.
And your winner in the Sport 12-15 is Adam Ashline on the 710 Skidoo out of Heartland, Vermont. As you can see, there's the battle right there. Finally get to take a look at it as it looks like 2nd place will go to Chance Teton. Jake Boatwell finishes out in 3rd and Owen Gage will come across in 4th. Racers off and running with this junior 16-17 final. Looks like with your early hole shot, that is the 318 of Logan Fratellone. Fratellone crosses the finish line in 1st. In 2nd place will be the 112 of Trevor Parent. Patrick Fenton in 3rd. Gavin Fleury in 4th. Travis Emery, followed by Brandon O'Neill and Peyton Hogan in 7th. Peyton was the sled with the issue on the starting line.
These are ECS finals, and ECS, one of the ISOC affiliates out here on the East Coast. Good to be part of their program and that they can be part of this national. Like you said, Brandon, Junior 16, 17, these are 600cc sleds, and these are not throttle blocks, so they, they've got full range of power there. Fratellone looking pretty solid right now. Fratellone out of Stillwater, Minnesota, racing for FXR and Artie Cat. Then Trevor Parent sitting in second out of Ticonderoga, New York.
Racers running a great race, and that is Logan Fratellone, your race leader, running a 34.2-second lap time last time around. Now stretching out his lead from Trevor Parent, who is in that second place position, just in front of Gavin Fleury in third.
Your race leader on the screen there, Fratellone. That Fratellone family with a number of different racers racing out of that trailer. Maylene Anderson, of course, their Pro-Am women driver was on the podium here in round 9 yesterday.
Logan running good lap times with 2 laps left to go for your race leader, Logan Fratellone, on the 318. Trevor Parent now crossing the finish line, still in the second place position. Third place is Gavin Fleury. Brandon O'Neill in fourth, Patrick Fenton in fifth, and Travis Emery in sixth. Fratellone found a good line going through this rhythm section. Now just putting in cruise control. He had a 6-second lead last time around. Just trying to stay safe and smart going through. White flag out, 1 lap left to go for your race leader.
Boy, Logan's looked pretty solid. Good run for him.
Yes, Logan's been running very well today during these ECS Junior 16 to 17 and 14, or the other classes that he's been running today. I'm too sure of what exactly they are, but he has been running very well in all of his classes.
Back down into the Ram corner. He'll have turns 1 and 2 to make his way down the backstretch here, where the finish line is located here in Salamanca at the Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino.
Double checker flags are out for your race leader, Logan Fratellone, on the 318. He'll take the win in the Junior 16 to 17 final, followed by the 112 of Trevor Parent in second. Gavin Oldenfeld will be in third, Brandon O'Neill in fourth. As the rest of the field comes across, it will be the 175 of Patrick Fenton in fifth, Travis Emery in sixth, and Peyton Hogan in seventh. Perry on the 222, Caden Rarick on the 696, Aiden Zimmerman on the 178, Brady Freeland on the 831, Rarick Arrow, Gavin Oldenfeld, Caden DeFore, Cody Kosh, Camden Duffy, your front row, Nick Brevik, and Connor Zorn.
Boy, and this kid is on a roll. Cameron Cole just taking that whole shot, moving his way out in front of this group right now. He is leading the field through the front part of the racetrack there, down into the Ram turn here in just a couple of moments, and he'll come across to complete 1 lap. But Cameron Cole, your number 1 qualifier out of Medina, Minnesota for Playsted Companies, ERX. Also Carlson Motorsports, he is your race leader.
Cameron Cole looking very, very fast. He's been doing great in all his classes today. I believe yesterday taking the win in the 120 recreational motorsports class. Looking good here in the transition 8 to 12 as he is leading around. Lawson Sterry in second, Aiden Zimmerman in third, and there's your top 3.
Want to remind people that, as you see our camera shot and all those big trailers and haulers in the back in the pit area, you can go over and get into the pits for a mere $10. And don't forget that if you take and go into the pits, not only to see these drivers, their sleds, their trailers, and everything like that, you get a free beanie. So, you're invited to do that.
As there is your race leader, Cameron Cole. Second place still is Lawson Sterry. Aiden Zimmerman in third, Ryan Earl in fourth. Fifth is Gavin Oldefelt as Brady Freeland drops down to 6th place. Race leader making his way smoothly around this front stretch. Change of position as Ryan Early jumps into the 3rd place. Aiden Zimmerman drops down to 4th. New top 3 racers for this 8-10 final.
You know, you watch him as he transitions from riding the 120 to this sled here. A little more of a stand-up style here. He maybe sit down just a bit more on the 120, but this kid's got a future in snowcross racing, no doubt about that.
Yes, Cameron Cole has been very, very fast throughout all of his classes. As you said, it's very different from a 120, especially the size difference of these sled and the speed difference. Be able to hit more jumps on these sled, and it looks like he's making that to his advantage as he's winning this
Well, and the big thing has got to be the weight, too. You know, you look at a sled that maybe weighs, what, 130, 40 pounds? Now you're looking at, you know, a sled that's in the neighborhood of 450 pounds. Quite a difference there.
Especially when you're so much younger, when you're in this 8-10 class, you're not quite as strong as most of the older kids. So it pays a big difference on mobility and how you were able to throw the sled around.
Well, you're speaking like you did that just yesterday. White flag out, 1 lap left to go, Brendan. Some good racing here with Cameron Cole out front, Lawson Sterry, Ryan Earl, Aiden Zimmerman. Then you got Oldenfeld, Freeland, Rarick, and Cook. Those are your top 8 drivers. Here we go, and speaking of getting ready to go, they are green.
Race just off and running. Early hole shot looks like an Arctic Cat of the 361, Kyle Tomey.
Anson Shield trying to work his way through this mess too, hoping that everything works out. Oh, I seen some coroplast flying down in the end, and a couple of drivers getting together down in the corner.
Your lineup now is Kyle Tomey out in 1st. 2nd place, Aiden Leonard. Chance Teaton in 3rd place. Drew Freeland 4th. Hayden Meyer rounding your top 5. Brock Conger, Owen Gagi, Josh Connolly, Tyler Martinson, Colin Anderson, and Ryan Earl.
Anna Hugger and Ethan Gagne, the 2 drivers that got together in the Arctic Cats in the back of the field. But up front, like you said, Tomey out front looking strong and, you know, looking for our number 1 qualifier. Boy, Anson must have had a real problem early on. He's sitting back in 13th place.
Anson Shield was in that crash too in the very beginning, and the pileup around the ramp corner takes a big toll as he was the number 1 qualifier, as you said. Makes a very big difference as Kyle Tomey, coming in as the 4th qualifier, is the race leader.
Be interesting to see if Anson can work his way back up. He's back up to 12th place. He's only got 3 laps left to go, so tough break for him. But out front, Kyle Tomey, Afton Sterry, Alden Leonard.
Kyle Tomey around the front part of the racetrack. 2 laps left to go for your race leader. Drew Freeland about 4.5 seconds behind him as Aiden Leonard is trying to make a move. Afton Sterry bumps into 2nd place right in front of Drew Freeland.
Tome qualified 4th. Got a big break off the hole shot. Got out front and has been there ever since. Now sitting with about a 4.5 second lead over the rest of the field. Down around the Ram truck. And across the finish line, 1 lap left to go.
Kyle Tome making very good lap times through this part of the racetrack. Afton Sterry still in the 2nd place position. Drew Freeland in 3rd. Aiden Leonard in 4th. Chance Teaton will round out your top 5.
Tome takes it down into 1 and 2. That's the Ram corner. Little carnage to some of the coroplast down there. They'll try to get that repaired. Takes and makes his turn. Here comes your winner.
Double checker flags are out for Kyle Tome on the 361 Arctic Cat. 2nd place will go to the 111 of Afton Sterry. 3rd will be Drew Freeland on the 821. Aiden Leonard in 4th. Hayden Meyer in 5th. Chance Teaton in 6th. Anson Shield in 7th. Brock Conger in 8th. Owen Gagi in 9th. Colin Anderson will round out your top 10. Inala Hogger in 11th. Josh Connolly in 12th. Tyler Martinson in 13th. Ryan Earl and Ethan Ganj in 15th.
She's your number 1 qualifier. I'm sorry, Ashley Beard, the number 1 qualifier. Green we go, down into the corner. Everybody being very cautious as a transition onto the front part of the racetrack. Making the sweeping turn, back through the ram turn, and then they'll work their way back in front of us and across that AMSOIL finish line. And out in first place is Ashley Beard, your number 1 qualifier. Cassie Thibodeau, Alicia Ashline, then it's Rachel Sarah, Teresa Max, Megan Shepard, Julia Krutzman, and Sabrina Verville. That is your running order right now, but Beard very strong out front here.
Out of Hudson Falls, New York right now, a half a second lead, but that's shortened itself a little bit as Thibodeau reels her in a bit. Make their way through the ram turn. Out of the players' turn, head for the AMSOIL finish line. We'll set the order for you again here in this Pro Women's Stock Final.
You almost got to wonder if these girls are teammates. You look at the colors they're wearing and their sleds, they almost looked identical.
Wow. Baird with really a smooth lap through that AMSOIL finish line, then the triple after that.
Make the transition. They'll go through the VIP section up front. Then it is the U.S. Air Force flyaway section where we tell everyone to aim high. Lincoln Lemieux should have aimed a little higher last night. Tough break for him, boy.
No doubt about it. I don't think he could do anything about it from what I'm hearing.
No, we'll talk more about that as I indicated a little bit later here. Boy, big air going across that back part of the track.
4 laps to go now for your leader, Cassie Thibodeau. And again, this is the final. So this is for all the hardware.
Got about a 1.5-second lead on the rest of the field. And it's Ashline sitting in 3rd, Sarah in 4th, and Max in 5th. But good solid lines. Oh, boy, she was able to gather it back in.
Ashley Baird with a hard landing there, but gathers herself up back on the gas. Continues to be Thibodeau, Baird, and Ashline. 1, 2, 3.
Those are called wake-ups.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's a big wake-up right there. Across the AMSOIL finish line. Cross flags, 3 laps left to go. It's still Thibodeau. Thibodeau with about a 1.2-second lead over Baird. Boy, it was incredible that Baird just about offloaded, but yet she made up some time on that last Circuit Hawk.
Down the stretch they come. Through the Air Force flyaway. This is the section right here where Baird makes up a lot of room, but again, a little squirrely through there.
Yeah, she had trouble through that part of the racetrack last time. Just doesn't seem like she's got good rhythm through a very demanding part of the racetrack. Getting ready, coming across, 2 laps left to go for your race leader, Cassie Thibodeau. As we indicated, Thibodeau out of Rumford, Maine. Ashley Beard in 2nd, Alicia Ashline still in 3rd.
Out of the Skidoo corner. Headed for the rhythm section again.
Watch Beard. This is where she's had some problems, but even last lap she cut off about 0.3 of a second.
This time she takes that inside line much smoother this time.
Much smoother.
Consequently makes up a lot of room on Thibodeau.
Now there's a big yellow that's flying at the top of the AMSOIL finish line, which means the drivers are going to have to go to the outside.
They'll do just that. Everybody gets through fine.
Really
back on the gas.
Where the issue was. Well, the
either.
yellow was pulled in as soon as they went over the finish line. So
white flag lap, Mike.
Thibodeau still out in front. 1.2-second lead over Ashley Beard. That's what it's been just about the entire race.
Through the U.S. Air Force flyaway for the final time. Into the Ram final turns.
That Ram Rebel, welcome him.
Down the stretch they come.
And across for a double checkered flag. Cassie Thibodeau taking the win. Good run for her. Ashley Beard will come across in 2nd place. And 3rd place, I believe, will be Alicia Ashline. That is correct. So congratulations to those 3 ladies. We are going to do a quick podium here for the women as soon as they're able to get down to the U.S. Air Force Snowcross National Winners Circle area. And we will congratulate them in the ECS Pro Women's Stock Final. In third place out of Heartland, Vermont, racing for Green Mountain Pool. On the number 711, Skidoo, Elisa Ashline. Your second place finisher is out of Hudson Falls, New York. On the 171 Polaris, Ashley Baird. And your winner, racing for Mystic Lubricants FXR, also Wicked Auto and C&A Pro Skis on the 196 sled out of Rumford, Maine, Cassie Thibodeau. Let's go down to Josie Christian, who's with our winners.
Hi guys, I'm with third place finisher Alyssa Ashline. Alyssa, this is a crazy track. There's been a lot of riding on it today. Why don't you talk us through it a little bit?
Well, I've been having a pretty rough day, but I was just glad I could get a spot on the podium. So.
Anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my parents, my brother, the whole Patnode family, Ingles Performance, all my friends that are watching, and everyone else. Thank you.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Ashley Bard. Ashley, like I said, that was an intense race. This track is getting rough. In the starting line, tell us a little bit about the pressure and the importance about getting out front.
It's all about the start, really. You get out front and you can stay out there, you're good. You're good to go.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad today for making this all possible. I'd like to thank Team Southside, Polaris, 360 Fly, SSI Decals, Woody, C&A Pro, Connect to Share, Spy, Fox, and Rocks.
Congratulations. And in first place, we have Ashley Thibodeau. Ashley, you went out, you got the start, you had a little bit of battles there. Why don't you talk us through that and what you were thinking just to stay calm?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to stay calm out there, but I was just trying to maintain a consistent speed, stay strong, keep my head in it, and it definitely helped to keep my head in it the whole time. So.
Anyone you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. My dad stayed home this weekend to work, so I could afford to be here. So definitely a big shout out to him. My mom, brother, grandparents who are home as well. Lane Gagne and Kendra Murphy for driving me out this weekend so I could be here. Bruce Sr., Bruce Jr., Jamie, Ricky, the whole Southside team. Polaris, SSI Decals, Woody, C&A Pro, Connects to Share, 360 Fly, Camzo, Rocks, Moto Tassinari, Spy, Fox, FXR, and everybody else who's supporting me back at home. This is awesome, so thanks, guys.
Congratulations. That was the ECS Pro Women's Stock Final. Back to you guys for more finals.
And it'll also turn green like that when you go green.
The number 3 with the stud boy hole shot, that's Bradley Tatro.
He was your number 1 qualifier.
Oh, he almost lost her there.
Out of Stanford, Vermont. Moves down into the corner. Boy, a little ragged here early on.
No.
Gonna need to gather it in because Wayne Hoffman right behind him. Tatro down into the corner with his Hardy Cat. Wayne Hoffman on the Polaris right behind him. Through the U.S. Air Force flyaway. This is where, we got a yellow down there, but the driver was able to get off, so the yellow pulled in.
Tatro with the look over his shoulder out of Stamford, Vermont.
Yeah, that's where he had the issue the first lap, but able to kind of figure it out and gather what was going on in his riding style and that part of the racetrack. Now out in front, almost with a 2-second lead. So he's found another gear, found himself, and working his way towards the win here. Hoffman in second.
And then you've got Sakalaropoulos. I'm trying, man.
That's good.
That's my best guess.
That's good. That's
my
why
apologies.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I pointed at you,
Yeah,
so
no.
I didn't want to tackle it. You just call him Nicholas.
Yes. Nikos S in third. 3.5 laps to go. Again, this is the ECS Sport 1 final.
Tatro looks over his shoulder once again to see where the rest of the field is. Well, they're about 2.5, almost 3 seconds behind you, so. Boy, he looks over his shoulder a lot. took another peek at the end of the straightaway. You know, one of the signs that we seen last night during the Pro Light final, there was somebody that was holding out a sign that said, "Race the track."
Yep.
That, you know, and that's so important. Don't worry about what your competitor's doing. You can't change that. You can change what you're doing on the racetrack. And so the sign, like I said, their pit board said, "Race the track."
Oh, once again, your leader little squirrely through that section of the track.
He gave it the old double take there, looked
Sure
at
did.
it behind his shoulder twice.
Tatro, Hoffman, and now Kierstead is number 3. Tucker Kierstead moves around Sakalaropoulos onto that spot on the podium. Tatro, Kierstead, Hoffman, 1, 2, 3 now. Down the front stretch. Through the rhythm section, the number 3 continues to be your leader.
Through the ram turn.
Well, you're right. He is keeping an eye on who's behind him the entire way around the track.
Is.
Isn't he?
He's watching closely. 1 lap left to go.
1 lap left for Tatro.
Into the corner. He'll sweep through the FXR corner. Then back through the U.S. Air Force flyaway.
Down the front stretch for the final time.
We're at a casino. You a betting man? And he
Certainly.
looks over his shoulder again.
You won.
That was $10 too, wasn't it?
At least 10. Down the stretch he comes.
You could have doubled or nothing.
Checkers in the air. And the win goes to Bradley Tatro.
Boy, that was a good run for him. He was a little ragged that first lap, but
Yep.
really put it together after that. And, you know, went on to take the win. So it's Tatro in first, Kierstead in second, Hoffman in third,
Then Sakalaropoulos.
in fourth, Lemire in fifth. I'll let you keep going.
Gaspardi Jr. in 6th. Ryan Bernard in 7th. Dylan Holmes in 8th. Matthew Stonecipher, cool name, in 9th. Emmett Scott. Trevor Parent. Jeffrey Roylance.
You know, I came from a school that wasn't afraid to call you out either.
Yeah, right.
You'd hear the intercom, "Come on. Mike Schroeder, could you please report to the office?"
Sure.
You knew right away.
Yeah.
It's a bad deal.
Yep, that happened once or twice a day.
Not a bad deal for that guy, though. Look at him starting to get through lappers. 2:11. That is the 8th place out of Jared Catlin. Anderson gets around him.
Dylan Anderson showing them how they do it back in Michigan up here today.
Of course, the Anderson race team racing on the National Series, going to all of the events. Signing up to race out here with some of the regional folks. 2 to go. 2 to go for Cameron Anderson. Boy, look at that interval right there, too. 8.5 seconds.
Dylan Rose continues to run second out of Lowville, New York. He was our second qualifier. Jared Gessner, by the way, in third now, as
Has
something
moved
happened
up.
to Travellini.
That Travellini's falling down on our telemetry. Through the ramp corner.
Gessner was our third qualifier.
White
sorry.
flag out for Cameron Anderson. 1 lap left to go. Big lead.
Yeah, so Gessner now into third place out of Cheshire, Massachusetts. Through the Air Force flyaway section. Into that ram turn.
Ram turn. I won't say ram around anymore. Double checkers are going to be out. Here he goes. Your win going to Cameron Anderson. Good run. Maybe didn't get the whole shot, but boy, he was able to work his way up front early on and go on to take the win.
Gessner moves up into second. Takes that spot from Rose on the last lap.
Yeah, those guys all qualified in the top 3. So, yeah, the order is going to be Cameron Anderson, then Gessner in second, Rose in third, Newman will be in fourth, Travellini falling down to fifth, Jaquir in sixth, Cody in seventh, and DuPont, Caitlin Gasparardi in 10th. That's the way it's in third place out of Lowville, New York, on the Artie Cat Give it up. Third place, the number 12 cat of Dylan Rowe.
I see the hope in your heart.
There, we see Dylan Rowe moving around down there anywhere yet? Okay, and in second place, Anna Polaris out of Cheshire, Massachusetts, the number 55 sled of Jarrett Gessner. All right. Well, this means that Cameron gets all the mic time.
That's true. He gets
because
it all.
he's down there ready to go. In first place out of Allenton, Michigan, racing for Fly Racing, Dees Marine, Skidoo, Stud Boy, and Scott Goggles. On the number 725 Skidoo, I'm sorry, your winner, Cameron Anderson. Josie, this ought to make your work real easy. You got a little extra time to spend with Mr. Anderson. Let's go down to Josie Christian.
Yeah, well, only our first place winner showed up to the podium. Cameron, you went 1-1 in your heats, and you were the number 1 qualifier, and then you went out and you won the final like it was a piece of cake. Why don't you talk us through the day and what gave you the edge to win tonight?
It's about getting good starts. It's hard to pass out there, so a good start helps you a lot.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my whole team, Anderson Racing, Dees Marine, Ski-Doo, Fox, BRP, Stud Boy, Fly Racing, CNA Pro Skis, and everyone else that helped me out. Thanks.
Congratulations. That was the ECS Pro Light Final. Back up to you guys in the booth for the Pro Open Final.
Hey, Hawk, they didn't wait for us.
They couldn't wait. They're too fast.
I know these guys, they had them all warmed up, ready to go. And you know what? This guy's starting off where he left off last night. Travis Muller bumping up to run Pro Open here in the ECS Final. Guess who's your race leader?
Travis Muller out of Wyndham, Minnesota. Great couple of days for him so far if he can hang on to this. Now, what kind of sled is he racing?
Well, that's going to be the interesting question. Is he running his stocker, a 600cc stocker, or does he have a so-called open sled, which they're allowed to do a lot more modifications to than the stocker? That would be interesting to find out. One of the things that makes it a little difficult to really guess what it is that one of the rule changes in the 600 stock class this year, or the Pro Light class, was that they were able to modify, the companies were to modify the exhaust to make them louder and give them more horsepower through the pipes that they had. So you really can't tell by listening to them anymore.
Not this year, you're right, you can't.
No, but I'll tell you what, it don't matter. Look at Muller, he's out in front by 3 seconds right now.
He won his first qualifying heat, but got second to home in his second qualifying heat. So right now it is Muller, Holm, and Palella. 1, 2, 3 with Muller. A little bit of a checkup right there. Over the AMSOIL finish line. 8 laps to go.
There you go.
Woo!
Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there.
Oh, that's all right. Did you see the air he just got?
He did. Through the FXR corner. He'll go back through the front part of the racetrack, the VIP section, and the indoor seating.
Should mention as the Pro Open Final is on the track, if you have not gotten your pit pass, you need to do it right now. This place is going to be stacked and packed tonight. Unequaled access for only $10, plus you get a free beanie in your choice of 3 different colors just for buying a $10 pit pass. Now, how much do you think a beanie would cost if you bought one?
I want to say probably $12, $14.
Exactly. Now you get one for free with a pit pass.
Hey, speaking about beanies and clothing and stuff like that, ISOC's got a complete apparel tent set up here, so you can pick up sweatshirts, you can pick up jackets, you can pick up the new stocking caps, which I know that you have one of.
I love. I think it's a great looking hat.
They've got some new hats that just came in, so they're pretty excited about that. But
and if you don't like the furry ball on the top of your hat, I take mine right off. Easy to get those things off. I don't know why they
like
put
the
those
furry
things
ball?
on. No, I feel like an elf. They sit right on top of my head. Yeah, so I just chew it off.
Up in there a little more. They felt kind of good. Oh, yeah. Okay, back to the races here, though. So,
oh, yeah, they're racing.
how does that go? What's this? A dead one?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Travis Muller still out in front, sitting on about a 3.5-second lead over Christopher Holm. Cody Palella in third place. And, of course, both Holm and Palella raced in the National Pro Open class last night.
I'm sure they'll do the same this afternoon as
Sure
well.
will. Yeah, you bet. Get out here. Whoa, Travis. Little side, just had it going sideways over that last jump there. To the ram turn. He'll come back across.
Yeah, both those guys running in heat number 1 tonight of AMSOIL Pro Open. Boy, oh boy, look at that. Big air and great style points for Travis Muller.
Good warm-up for him.
A little look over his shoulder, see how he's doing.
You're doing well, friend. Just about a 5-second lead.
Boy, I'll tell you, if that's a pro light sled, he's got her dialed in because he is tripling in spots that the pro lights were not tripling last night.
Well, we watched him last night in Pro Open last night, and he rode so solid on that sled. Got the whole shot, and he was gone.
Man, oh man, is he smooth. So many sleds on the track last night, you couldn't get a really good opportunity to just watch him race around this track, I'll tell you.
You are right there.
I am impressed with how smooth he is. Again, out of Windham, Minnesota for Arctic Cat BCS, Fox, Studboy, and Buddy Brooks Racing.
He's raced with a number of different teams, and it was interesting last night. Talked to some of his former team owners, wished him well. And that's the sport, Sometimes you work out with a team, sometimes you don't. No different than football or baseball or basketball or hockey. But they all had talked about how they'd stopped up to talk to him and his dad, congratulate him on their win.
And again, as a privateer, you say thanks to all the sponsors that bring him to the racetracks. I mentioned Buddy Brooks Racing. How about Wilds Resort,
Yep.
Wyndham Farm Service, Muller Machine, and 139 Designs.
I think you have a lot more appreciation for the sport and for what you actually have as a privateer. You really do.
No doubt.
So, white flag is out.
I'm going to guess some of the teams out there are appreciating what he's doing as well. I wouldn't be surprised if his phone's ringing after this week.
Very well could be. Down in the corner. You see him putting up a few more pieces of coroplast down there. One of our younger group of drivers decided to destroy some of the Ram coroplast.
Leave your mark, Mike. Leave your
Yes,
mark.
it is. Hey, can I have a
Checkers.
piece of that?
And the
Double
win.
checkers out. Travis Muller taking the win. Quite handedly, almost a 6-second win over the rest of the field. Christopher Holm will be in second. And third place will go to Cody Palella
Yep.
out of Wallingford, Connecticut. Place racing on a Polaris out of Waterford, Connecticut. On the number 90 ride, third place goes to Cody Palella. Cody, congratulations. Second place on a Polaris out of racing for FXR Racing, Aaron's Company SSI Decal, and CNA Pro Skis on the 610 Polaris, Christopher Holm. And your winner out of Wyndham, Minnesota for Arctic Cat, BCS, Fox, Studboy, and Buddy Brooks Racing on the 436 Arctic Cat, Travis Muller. Let's go down to Josie Christian, who's with our winners.
You guys, I'm with third place finisher Cody Palella. Cody, talk about the visibility here. It's really bright outside, plus you get roost from the riders in front of you.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to see. It's light out, so you can't really see the depth of the snow. And then the snow's pretty dry, so you got a bunch of snow dust, so not a lot of visibility out there.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
Team Southside Polaris, FXR, Mystic Lubricants, SSI, Polaris, Woody's Traction, Fox, Connect to Share, SSI Decal, 360 Fly, my mom, dad, brother, and everyone else who helped me get here.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Christopher Holm. Christopher, you had a little bit of battle there from second to third. Tell us a little bit about that and how you ended up second place.
I did my best. My brakes went off, so I couldn't brake in the jump, so I couldn't stay low with the front, so it was very hard to ride out there, but we did a good job.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank Polaris, Polaris Scandinavian, and everyone back home, and Team Southside for giving me this chance to ride here.
Congratulations. And in first place, we have Travis Mueller. Travis, you can step down so I can get up to you. You were the #1 qualifier, plus you had won the Pro Light class last night in the national circuit. Tell us a little bit about that and how you got up on the podium both nights and what you're doing.
Yeah, it felt super good to get the win last night, and I signed up for this regional thing a few days ago, and just to get some more track time, and it was a blast out there. The snow is super sugary, so it's a little tough. There's not much stability out there, but it was fun. I just really like to thank my whole team, Muller Motorsports, my dad, mechanic, Jordan, my brother, Jim and Jake Blanchard, Blanchard Construction, Fox Shock, CNA Pro Skis, Stud Boy, Traction, Rock, Speed FX, and the guys at Arctic Cat, Mike Coletti, and everybody. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations. That was the ECS Pro Open, and that's a wrap for all the ECS races.
And they're racing! Into turn 1 go 15 sleds. Again, the Sport Light final.
Out front with the hole shot, that is the 720 of Devin Malsine.
Great shot of him getting out front right there. 14 sleds on his tail, though this one far from decided as they head down the backstretch for the first time over the AMSOIL finish line. It's Malsine, Allreed, and Downs. 1, 2, and 3 right now with Christian and Tibbetts, 4th and 5th. Outside line for your leader. Inside line for Allreed, though.
Devin Malsine with the podium last night in the Sport Light class. Feeling very excited, and there's Downs, your race winner of the Sport Light.
3 abreast into that turn. Almost got him. And we do have a new leader for the moment, the 631. Allreed into the lead, Malsine to the outside. Gonna try to go underneath him here. You think he can make it?
I don't think he's going to be able to make the pass, but let's see. There's a lot of racing left. Still 6 laps to go for your race leader.
The 631 again, Carson Allreed. Out front, you see the battle for second starting to shake up between Malsine and Downs. Eric Downs out of Jordan, Minnesota. Devin Malsine from Augusta, Wisconsin. But Carson Allreed with the yellow out right there. Sled off to your right-hand side. Big air, by the way, for Allreed.
All races got to make sure they check up through that yellow section. Do not jump as your lineup goes. Allreed, Devin Malsine, Eric Downs, Bo Tibbetts, Marco Travellini. There is your top 5 racers for this Sport Light final.
The lead really starting to stretch out. Almost 2 seconds already for Allreed. Went 1-1 in his heats, as did Downs. Over the AMSOIL finish line now. 4 laps to go for Carson Allreed.
Looks like Eric Downs got around 3rd place of Devin Malsine. Now he's going to try and set his sights on first, Carson Allreed.
Inside line there around the Skidoo turn. Through the U.S. Air Force flyaway, which again was a deciding factor in many of the races last night. No problem, they're skipping like a rock for Carson Allreed. Out of the Polaris turn, down the stretch he comes. Another lap in the books over the AMSOIL finish line. 3 laps to go for Carson Allreed.
Second place still continues to be Eric Downs, Devin Malsine in 3rd. Bo Tibbetts sitting a ways back in 4th, and Marco Travellini in 5th. Evan Christian 6th, Austin Stam 7th, and Tucker Kierstead in 8th.
Boy, the rhythm section's really gotten chopped up as these finals have begun here. Each lap they change just a little bit more.
Rhythm sections do pay a big toll on these races on who can find the preferred line going through them.
2 laps to go for your leader. Inside line goes around Benjamin Wilbert there to put him a lap down. From Gaylord, Michigan, for Diesel Freak FXR and R12 Designs on a Polaris, Carson Allreed out front and dominating. A 6-second lead, Brendan, right now for your leader. Through the ramp turn. Out of the Polaris final turn, now heads for that AMSOIL finish line. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go.
Race leader make his way around the last part of the racetrack. Eric Downs still in 2nd place.
The 631 out front. into the Ram turn. Momentarily into the Polaris final turn for the final time. Checkered flags await the 6-3-1. The AMSOIL finish line, the flags in the air, and the win will go to Carson Allred in the Sportlight final here at the U.S. Air Force Snowcross National. A sizable lead over Bo Tibbetts. Almost 10-second win for Allred. And Devin Malsino come across in third. Devin in third, racing out of Augusta, Wisconsin. For Arctic Cat, Woody's, FXR, EBS, and GSF Mortgage Corporation, the number 720, Devin Malsine. Coming in second for Wheels of Thunder Motorsports and Gems Auto out of lovely Princeton, Minnesota, driving the 223, Bo Tibbetts. And your winner of the U.S. Air Force Snowcross National Sportlight Division, racing for Polaris, Diesel Freak, FXR, R12 Design, Stud Boy, and D&D Racing out of Gaylord, Michigan, the number 631, Carson Allred. Congratulations to our top three. Let's go down to Josie Christian.
Guys, I'm with third place finisher Devin Malsine. Devin, you were up on the podium yesterday. You obviously have your sled ripping this weekend. Talk to us about the track and how it is an advantage to you this weekend.
Yeah, the track's actually really sugary. It's not much traction out there, but just work with it, change different lines, look at what's faster, and just keep pushing.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
My mom, my dad, Arctic Cat, 32 Boots, Subway, FXR, everybody back at the Fratellone trailer, Eric Downs, everybody.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Bo Tibbetts. Bo, that was kind of an insane race. There was a lot going on, a lot of ups and downs, so why don't you talk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, I came out of the whole shot in fourth, and I just had to put my head down and keep going.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
My mom, my dad, Wheels Thunder Motorsports, Dickie's Barbecue Pit, Hayden's Tree Service, and everyone else that helped me out.
Congratulations. And in first place, we have Carson Allred. Carson, you went 1-1 in qualifying. Talk to us a little bit about how that was motivation for you to get on the top of the podium tonight.
I don't know. I just knew I had the speed, and just a matter of getting a hole shot and getting a clear track in front of you.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
My mom, my dad, my sister, Jake and Austin, everyone at Polaris, Junior, Ben, Brad, Diesel Freak, R12 Designs, Fly Helmets, 999 Goggles, FXR Gear, Mega Power Sports, Steve back at the shop, and Jeff back at my dad's shop. That's it.
Congratulations. That was the Sportlight final. Back up to you guys for more racing.
Into the turn they go.
Eschel tried to work that inside. Boy, did he get pitched off, though.
Was that Ryan Springer, I think?
I think it may well be.
Stud Boy hole shot goes to Ryan Springer as the fireworks fly. Ross Martin, the boss, on the outside.
So you got two big Polarises out in the front. Springer on the inside. Ross Martin on the outside. Going big.
Wow, that was a fireworks display. And the fireworks on the track are going as well. Springer's fast on the outside.
They swapped lines. Martin was outside last time. Now he goes inside. Look at Ross. Ross got the line here.
Yeah, but that time he bogs around the inside, so Springer stays the outside, and they drag race down the backstretch.
Ross has found a way to square that corner. They're using that inside line, and then the berms are coming off of that to work the inside.
I'm telling you, watch this set of triples heading into the Air Force flyaway coming up here in a second. They're getting much bigger air right there today than they were last night. Oh, did you see Springer on the outside? That's why we call it the U.S. Air Force flyaway.
Watch Martin's line now. Here's where he comes in. He hits this ramp. Watch it. Just kind of squares around that corner. Springer's got a run on him, though. They're almost bar to bar across the AMSOIL
Here
finish
come
line.
the triples. Both of them with big air. Now Springer goes to the inside.
Tries to get a ski underneath Ross. Ross covers the line perfectly.
Martin to the inside, Springer to the outside with Corin Todd in third and Elias Ischel in fourth. Again, giant air for Ryan Springer. Nobody else is tripling that right now, Mike.
Let's see how it fares for him on the outside, because he's able to stay power on, and he's making up ground each and every time they go through that part of the racetrack.
And they are bar to bar as they hit the travel. Did you see Springer look over to
He did, and that was a good racing move on Ryan Springer's part. Ryan looked over to make sure that he wasn't going to make contact with Ross. Ross gave him the room, and Springer made the pass.
Nobody else is tripling that, but I guarantee you everybody in the second heat is taking note right now. Ryan Springer now firmly into the lead as we are right now in Heat 1, Round 1, our Pro Open qualifier in Salamanca.
Boy, that Carlson Motorsports sled running extremely well. And we've talked about how Ryan Springer has become one of the Pro Open drivers to really watch out for.
Springer's still the only one tripling that jump. Let's go down to Kate with something on our leader.
Well, Ryan earlier was telling me today that his main focus, guys, was to look through the corners instead of looking down. We saw him really being able to capitalize on that new focus here tonight as he was getting across the rock. He was doing an excellent job. He said if you will go where you're looking for him, he really didn't want to look down at the corners.
His second year in AMSOIL Pro Open, Ryan Springer right now out front and leading the boss, Ross Martin, the KG veteran, got around him, and right now, with 6 laps to go, has a comfortable lead.
Differential was 1.1 seconds last lap, now 1.6 seconds, so he put another half a second between he and Ross Martin that last lap.
Impressive night again for Ryan Springer. Here comes those set of triples right here. And you've got to time that perfectly, Mike, because that rhythm section, if you don't land that right, you're in trouble.
You're really in trouble. I mean, you either need to skip across the top or you need to make sure that your rhythm is such that you're landing on the downslope, and then you need to worry about getting set up for the next part of the racetrack.
Straight out of Crown, Minnesota, Ryan Springer, your leader, with now a 2-second lead over Ross Martin. Corentin in third, Elias Ischel in fourth. Peter Narsa, your X Games gold winner, back in fifth. Then Andrew Carlson and Cody Powell rounding out the top 7 here in this Pro Open qualifier.
Bit of a surprise, Peter Narsa in 5th spot. Thought that he may be further up in front of the field. There you see Elias Ischel coming into your screen. But Ryan Springer right now is spot on. He's got this traffic dialed. There you see, that could be a battle developing for that 3rd position.
Oh no! Ischel lands hard. I thought I saw the snow fly. Elias Ischel is off his sled on the backstretch. Getting some help from a couple of the track workers and Bobby, one of our cameramen. And he's back onto his sled. But Elias Ischel, we call it checkers or wreckers, and that's why right there, Mike. Let's see what happens.
Watch again. Here he goes. He's going over. He lands, he's off camber, and just put it in sideways.
Yeah, I'll
tipped
tell you,
it over.
when he landed and hit that soft snow, just looked like his skis turned left. And now, we've got Cody Powell off his sled on the front stretch.
Yep, trying to get his sled rewired. The yellows wave in that section, so they need to check up. Meanwhile, lap starting to count down. White flag out here, Hawk.
1 lap to go for Ryan Springer. Springer came out of the gate with the stud boy hole shot, lost the lead momentarily, then muscled his way around the boss, and has led since then. Heads for the front stretch in front of this great crowd in Salamanca. Half a lap to go for Ryan Springer.
Boy, Martin pushing, trying to make up some ground. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough time, though.
Springer out of the final turn. He'll head for the checkers. And AMSOIL finish line is in his rear view mirror. Ryan Springer will win this Pro Open qualifier. Ross Martin will come across in second. Corin Todd will hang on for third. And Peter Narsa and Andrew Carlson.
Yeah, Ryan, you were saying that felt good. A dominating performance there in that heat race. We talked earlier today that you were really focusing on the corners. How much do you think being comfortable around the corners made a big deal for you?
Oh, it's huge, you know, especially when it's nice and flat. It's pretty even. You just got to really focus on hitting your marks. And I found a good line in the back. I was able to quad in. And you just really got to be very focused and determined. And I just tried to ride hard as I could and put down some good, smooth, clean laps.
Yeah, it's exactly what he did, guys.
Thank you, Kate. And he said it right there. He was the only one to do the quad there. And I can't wait to see what happens in this next Pro Open qualifier to see if everybody goes for that, Mike. And they're racing in New York. A star-studded field into turn 1, and Lincoln Lemieux gets the stud boy hole shot one night after separating his shoulder on this racetrack.
Man, I'll tell you what, that is a young man that is driven. We're going to have to watch him closely. Look at his teammate coming right with him.
Your
It's
points
the
leader.
Shearing Speed Sports sled, Tremblay and Lemieux 1 and 2.
Tremblay momentarily takes the lead. So now it's Tremblay and Lemieux 1 and 2 racing for the U.S. Air Force and AMSOIL as they head down the front stretch in front of this great crowd in Salamanca. Look at that.
Round 9, Tremblay on top of the box. His first win of the year. He's been consistently on the podium, but yet his first win in round 9.
Tremblay did go for the triples right there on the U.S. Air Force flyaway. Lemieux did not. Consequently, there goes Tim Tremblay. He's running away from everybody. Tremblay, Lemieux, and Cody Cam, then Tucker Hibbert. Again, these are our points leaders running out front right now in this qualifier.
There you see Tremblay going over just before they get into that U.S. Air Force section, down into the ramp, turn, and then back across the AMSOIL finish line. And this is where they get set up and they go big, right here.
Over the AMSOIL finish line, here's your triples. Tremblay triples but keeps it low. Gets that sled on the ground as soon as possible. Chunky snow in that turn. Got a little loose, didn't he, Mike?
Yeah, this thing, they talk about this track, how, it'll be soft, but yet it digs down. Once it digs down, they're going to get down to that harder, icier snow, and then it's going to get chunkier.
Coming up right now in third, you see the red sled. That's Cody Cam on the 53. Now, it's important for him to earn every point he can. As we came into this race, he was 22 points behind your leader, Tim Tremblay, in the season standings. So he wants to dispatch of Lincoln Lemieux and get up there and take points away from Tim Tremblay.
Remember, not only between the points that they'll get for how they finish here, but if Tremblay wins, he gets the 5 extra bonus points. So that, again, will take and put more distance between he and the rest of the field, especially Cody Cam.
Cody Cam making the move on the outside. We'll see if he makes it here. Inside move. Wow! What was that?
He just found a line and jumped around the corner, and Cody able to get around Lincoln Lemieux into second place. So now he can take and set his sights and charge on Tim Tremblay.
Cody Cam goes Superman, and we go down to Kate Osborne on the side of the track. Kate?
In round 9, Cody Cam was saying that even though he got third, he felt he was kind of struggling a little bit. They're trying a different setup today, but one thing he did say that he was really trying to get under control, ironically, was his asthma. It was something that kind of kept flaring up a little bit throughout the races. So today he has a couple of things that are on his mind, but it looks like right now he's figuring it out.
Yeah, he's definitely figuring it out. I'll tell you what, Tucker Hibbert's trying to figure out a way to get around Lincoln Lemieux. Again, Lemieux out front right there for a while on the 13. Now he's dropped back to third, and Tucker Hibbert's trying to find a way around him as we are a little more than halfway through this race, Mike.
And we watched Lemieux. I mean, you just got to give him kudos for being on the racetrack. As we indicated in round 9, was leading in the Pro Open final, had a mechanical failure, broke a belt, and I mean, that sled dove in. That's the hardest off I've seen in a long, long time. Somebody coming over the handlebars, dislocated his shoulder, had it worked on, and is back on this racetrack today. Incredible.
Hibbert again with big air, and you saw a really hard landing in this soft snow right there. Some things you really got to depend on is the suspension of your sled on a track like this, don't you, Mike?
You sure do, and setting it up for a handling position the way that you want it to handle is so important. And, every driver has a little different life. You watch Tucker the way he's going through here. Now starting to try to pick up the pace, be a little more aggressive. Tucker with nothing more than like to get around Lincoln Lemieux for that third position.
Absolutely. They're starting to get towards some lap traffic right here. And again, we're watching the battle for third. It continues to be Tremblay and Cam, but Lincoln Lemieux in the 13 is continuing to run third, trying to keep the T-train behind him.
There you see Lemieux. Some lappers that they were working around. Tucker squares inside, stays on the inside line. Differential last time. And now it's about 4 seconds between Lemieux and Hibbert. So Hibbert's got his work cut out for him to try to catch him.
He certainly does. And up front, a guy who doesn't seem to be working at all right now, Tim Tremblay, as I mentioned earlier, currently your points leader. And he won round 9 on this very racetrack. Here in round 10, our Pro Open qualifier, he's dominating right now with 2 laps to go.
He sure is. And I should stand correct, Tucker Hibbert only 1.3 seconds behind Lincoln Lemieux. But, you look at your leader right there with the red plate. just, laying down consistent lap after lap after lap. This is the same thing that we've seen from him last night. He was going to be in a battle with his teammate. And of course, Tim felt really bad what happened to Lincoln, but went on to take the win. A good solid run for him in round 9.
Well,
now carrying over into round 10.
As the white flag starts to fly right there, we see that Cody Cam has reeled him in just a little bit. The triples right there as they head into the FXR turn for the final time. Not sure if Cody Cam's got enough room left on this race to reel in your points leader, Tim Tremblay.
Well, they got about a half a lap left to go as they go through the Air Force flyaway down into the ramp corner. Boy, Cody pushing hard. He's trying everything.
And again, he's tripling where nobody else is, but they're out of the final turn, and Tim Tremblay takes the checkers. Your points leader takes the win in this Pro Open qualifier. Cody Cam comes across in second. Lincoln Lemieux will hang on for third. The T-Train Tucker Hibbert in fourth, and Kyle Pauline will run fifth in our AMSOIL Pro Open qualifier.
Guys, you were saying it may have been easy for him, but he is breathing hard coming into the finish. Now, I gotta ask, why did that look so easy?
I don't know, it's just all those years you practice and you keep doing like the same thing all the time, and I just guess like it takes time.
There you have it. That is the winner, heat winner, Tim Tremblay.
Pelaya, Coutu, boy, a big heat here too.
And they are racing, and they're punched up into turn number 1, the 177 of Ango with the step boy hold shot.
Boy, he found a great line, was able to just rock it out in front.
And let's see if he can hold on to it, because somebody's on the outside on a rail out there.
Yeah, you got Coutu on the inside too, and the number 21 Polaris. So
and that's Jacob Yurk.
Jacob Yurk
into the lead. So now it's Yurk, Coutu, Angove, Adams, and Muller. Round 9's winner is in 5th right now. And down the front stretch they come. The 727 continues to be your leader. Great shot right there as you see the sleds going this way and that.
Yurk racing out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. He's part of the Christian Brothers Racing team.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yep.
Heavy contact between second and third. I believe that was second and third. A crash, maybe third and fourth. Actually, now that I look at it, my apologies.
Because
yes.
he's falling down.
Somebody got into him really hard in the middle of the corner. He went off his sled. We'll check on him, make sure he's okay. So that sets the field like this then. Yurk, Coutu, Adams, Muller, and Pelaya. Let's see what happened here, Mike.
Oh yeah, he got together. That was Cole Coutu that came in alongside of him. Just kind of hit him on the side, coming in maybe a little hot, going into the corner. Some pretty heavy contact. Of course, that forced Jake Angove off his sled.
It looked like Angove was trying to square off the corner, and when he did, Coutu just came underneath him in heavy contact right there.
Cole was carrying in a considerable amount of speed there.
So your leader continues to be Jacob Yurk, then Cole Coutu and Tyler Adams. They're your top 3. Travis Muller's moved into 4th. Aki Pelaya in 5th right now.
And you've got Buckman and Angove up to 7th, and Jake Keon down to 8th place.
Smooth race so far for the 727.
Boy, if you remember last night, Jacob Yurk struggled.
It's amazing what a night of sleep can do. One night in the trailer with that team and that sled, and suddenly he's out front by almost 3 seconds in his qualifier.
Racing for Artie Cat, AMG Peterbilt, Doc Country Cat, Christian Brothers Racing. We indicated in round 9 his teammate, pro rider, Logan Christian, out for a period of time now with a broken collarbone that he received in a race incident at X Games.
Look at the crowd in the stands here in Salamanca, Mike. Every year I'm astounded. They represent in a big way. They do love their snowcross. In fact, I'll just say, they do love their snowmobiles up here, don't they?
They sure do. I don't know if you noticed when you came out of the hotel how many sleds were parked in front of the resort, the casino. A lot of people riding in to watch these races, and I'll tell you what, these guys giving them a great show.
1 lap to go for the 727 of Jacob Yurk. It's still Yurk, Coutu, and Adams, 1, 2, and 3. Aki Pelaya in 4th now.
And Angove moved his way back up to 6th, was able to get around Buckman. Still, pretty frustrating for Jake Angove as to where he was and, what happened on the racetrack.
Out of the final turn, checkers will wave. The 727 of Jacob Yurk wins Heat 1 Round 2 of the Pro Light Division here in Salamanca, New York at Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino.
Cole Couture will come across in second. Tyler Adams in third. Aki Palaya in the fourth place. Then Travis Muller, Jake Angove, Ian Buckman, Jake Keon. That's the way they end up here.
And they're racing! 10 sleds into the turn. Wow, is that Zach Mason?
Zach Mason got a great hole shot on the inside, but who went strong on the outside? Mason's really far outside, but somebody else just really muscled around that corner.
And the Lavallee Racing horsepower, though, holds strong as he hits the Amsoil finish line.
Evan Dowd.
That's right, it's Mason, Dowd, Corbin Anderson, Rao, and then Nicholas Lorenz, your top 5 right now.
Johnsted's in 6th, then it's Ogamar Heldman, Berglund, Blanchard, and Turchanik. That rounds out the field, but look at Zach Mason. Now, here's another driver that's been on again, off again. You know, we'll see him one night, he's on the podium. Next night, doesn't even make the final or has to come to an LCQ. Tonight, looks like he's found his thing.
Mike, you nailed it, and that's weekend to weekend. Friday night he'll win, Saturday night he'll miss the LCQ even. It's been a heck of a year for Zach Mason, but as he said, I believe in Canterbury, when he won out there in that Pro Light Division feature, he was just so excited to get that win and get that behind him. He's an excitable racer, and I tell you, once he gets things underneath him like he has right now, he's hard to beat.
He sure is. He's got about a second and a half right now on the rest of the field. And Evan Dowd, we've seen him in Deadwood with his first podium win in Pro Light. It was a big, big moment for Evan Dowd.
Zach Mason's your leader again to 63, and Kate Osborne's got a little something for him on the side of the track. Hi, Kate.
Hi, you guys were talking about the fact that Zach Mason comes in day 1 maybe a little differently than we see him in day 2 when he's out racing. Well, last night they were figuring out that they needed to change a little bit of their clutching. They made some changes with that. However, they did not make any suspension changes really, which is interesting as well. He did say that his leg is sore. He got landed on in the LCQ in round 9. Here in round 10, you can see that he's trying to shake that off and not let it bother him.
Thank you, Kate. Again, the lead for him now, almost 2 seconds. And it is interesting, Mike, to see the things that they do change race after race, night after night in the trucks, and how it works the next day. And whatever they did in the truck last night, it's certainly working right now.
You know, she talked about suspension not being changed. The suspension could be fine, but when you talk about clutching, the important thing is that, you know, that clutch is not only shifting up properly, but shifting down properly, because that's how we take and transfer the power to the track and to the speed that they're seeing. So, you know, clutching's a big, big part of the success of these races.
The lead now just over 2 seconds for that young man.
Glenn Kafka, the big talent behind clutching, and Levi Lavallee's racing camp. Well, you're going to watch Glenn work on clutches, and I mean, it's like doing surgery. Just has so many different parts that he can use, and weight sets and springs and you know, coils and that. It's a real art looking at the telemetry and then deciding what you're going to do and how you're going to set it up.
Great smooth run. Man, does he look fast right now. Less than half a lap to go. Out of the final turn, the 63 out of Gaylord, Michigan, Zach Mason with a fist in the air will take the win. Evan Dow comes across in second. This is the battle for third. Nicholas Lorenz gets around Corbin Anderson on the last straightaway. He'll take third. Then Anderson in fourth. Then James Johnston
in fifth. We'll take Berglund in sixth. Ogamar Heldman in seventh.
And they're racing. Into the turn they go. Hard to see who that step point hole shot might go. Was it Benham?
Daniel Benham taking and finding a hole shot. Benham racing out of one of the Arctic trailers, so he's got some good talent wrenching on that sled.
Look like Benham still is your leader. Will set the field for you as they hit that Amsoil finish line.
That is Montana Jess coming with him.
So it's Benham and Jess battling for the lead, and I believe Jess might have taken that lead.
He did. Now let's talk a little bit about how those two sleds look. You'll see that Benham's sled is gray. That's the new Arctic Cat. Montana Jess went back to his last year's sled because he felt more comfortable on it.
Man, what a great story that is, because look at how much faster he is right now. And again, we talk about the mental aspect of this sport, Mike. He's just comfortable on that sled. And And that says a lot, and you can see it right there. Last year, a great season, a very consistent season on that very sled. He's back on it. He's been good 2 nights in a row.
You know, we talk about consistent for Montana Jessen. An easy way of putting it is that he won the championship last year without taking a first-place finish.
And he's off his sled.
Yep.
I didn't think he could hold on to it right there. And another rider off their sled. That's the 46 of Andrew Lindholm. So your leader and your third-place rider both off their sled in the rhythm section. Let's look at what happened.
It was 3 Arctics up front. Yeah, he was off camber.
Now watch
landed.
this. Right there to your right of your screen. They made contact in the air, Mike.
Yes, they did. So that puts Benham out in front. Leo Patnode right behind him. Martin Mullen.
And you see that now, the gift given to Benham, and he takes it and runs with it. Benham, Patnode, Mullen. The lead right now is almost 2.5 seconds for Daniel Benham with 4 laps to go in Heat 3, Round 2 of the Pro Light Division. Very smooth through that section of the track. Triples into the FXR turn. Daniel Benham from Deer River, Minnesota for Arctic Cat Speedworks and Fox Shocks. Just a heartbreaker for both Montana Jess and Andrew Lindholm there. The 221 heads down the backstretch over the Amsoil finish line. 2 laps to go for Daniel Benham. Through the FXR turn. You see again the fantastic crowd here in Salamanca, New York. Lap and a half to go for Daniel Benham. Down the backstretch, the white flag will fly. Benham, then Patnode and Mullen still your top 3.
Benham got about 3.5 seconds on the field here as we start counting down laps. 1 lap left to go. Let's make a good clean circuit. And this win is yours. That's going to feel good for him, too. Like we said, he was laid up for a while after an incident in Canterbury way back in November, or not Canterbury, in Duluth, way back in November. So it's been a long recovery and rehabilitation for him.
And the checkers fly, and Daniel Benham will win this Pro Light qualifier. Leo Patnode come across in second, then Martin Mullen, Travis Kern, Kevin Wallenstein in 5th. Then Danny Poyer, Montana Jess, after that hard off while leading. And this again is the final, and they are racing, and it's a dead heat into the turn.
That's Maylene and Alina.
And they're bar to bar, and I think Maylene is your leader.
She is. She goes outside.
Maylene to the lead, yeah, but Alina got a little squirrely there.
See if she can carry enough speed to hold off. Nope, she can't. And look who positions himself right away out front.
Big air for Alina. My goodness, she almost quad the triple.
Alina Oman out front. Maylene Anderson. Jackie Farmer. Boy, Megan Brodeur back in 6th place. She was your number 3 qualifier. Oh, and who's that? That's Megan Brodeur.
As you were just speaking. Trying to find her way through the pack and off her sled over there in the rhythm section. Out of the Polaris turn now, headed for the Amsoil finish line. Over the Amsoil finish line now with 8 laps to go. Alina Oman is your leader, Mike. We see the yellow right there as it's pulled in right as Alina gets there.
Yep, that was where Brodeur was over. The guys went over and helped her tip her sled back up, so she's back underway. But tough break for Megan. She'll fall way back in the field in the running order. But Oman just capitalizing on able to get around Maylene Anderson, and now starts putting some distance between her and the rest of the field once again.
Last night on the podium, after receiving her trophy, can't remember if it was Josie or Kate, one of the two asked her, this track is tough, tell me what your thoughts was. And Alina said, this is a hard track and I love it. She really, the difficulty level when it goes up, so does her skill level, if you know what I mean. She loves it. The trickier your track, the better.
Say that again real fast.
I can't. I barely got it out that time.
Hey, I know you did. I just kind of, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
The trickier the track.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Into lap traffic already is Alina Omen.
Yeah, and that's Megan Brodeur. Tough break for Megan. Coming off her sled, now just about ready to be lapped, and she was the number 3 qualifier.
She moves over, lets Alina go by.
Race her a little bit here.
And down the stretch they come, in front of the crowd. Over the Air Force Flyaway here at the U.S. Air Force Snowcross National.
6 to go.
Ooh, little squirrely for Alina right there through the rhythm section. Through the Polaris final turn. Heads for the Amsoil finish line again. Now 5 laps to go for your leader. Sizable lead built up now. She continues to go for the triples right there.
Just about 6 seconds over the field. You see her every once in a great while. Just take a peek to see if Maylene is there, but Maylene and the rest of the field well behind her. The orders: Omen, Anderson, Jackie Farmer, Dutzman, Nikea Williams. Marky Farmer sits in 6th, Jennifer Martell and Tasha Lang in 8th. Those are your top 8 drivers.
Coming in 9, Tatum Hacks, Cassie Thibodeau in 10th, Teresa Max 11th, Megan Brodeur now in 12th, Caitlin Kresge, I should say, in 13th, and Megan Shepard in 14th. Love to see 14 sleds in this class. Down the stretch she comes once again, right in front of this great crowd.
Getting ready to pass the sled of Teresa Max. Gets around her, no problem.
And you mentioned it, but Megan Brodeur let her go by, but she's not letting her get away, even though she's a lap down now officially. Megan's still racing with your leader right there. You see her on the left side of your screen.
These ladies are all competitors. A lot of drive. Megan Brodeur, look at her. Yeah, she's wishing, man, just think if I wouldn't have come off and I was here on the same lap. She's down a lap right now.
Through the rhythm section, the U.S. Air Force Flyaway. This time she tried the outside line just a little bit there. Got through a little better.
About 5.5 seconds between her and the rest of the field. Laps counting down. This time by, it'll be 2 laps left to go.
That's right, 2 laps to go for the 170. Again, Alina Omen from Alvsben, Sweden. For Davies Racing, Polaris Racing, BASF, Leiden Oil, Tri-State Filter, Yark Auto, and Woody's. Has been fast literally at every track we've been to. You know, it makes you miss Marika Renheim a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Marika was dominant in this class for a very long time. Can you imagine the battles we would have seen between these two this year?
Oh, man. You know, and we go back, and I've always kind of made a list of who would have been neat to see all of the real superstars in the Pro-Am women class.
Marika retired after last year.
Racing basically in Europe, trying to win the European Championship again this year, but says she's not training real hard. Her sister is training extremely hard. You can almost tell Marika kind of hoping that her sister wins the championship in Europe.
And down the stretch she comes. The flames will fly and the win will go to Alina Omen in Salamanca, New York at the U.S. Air Force Snowcross National. Second place coming towards the Amsoil finish line right now. Maylene Anderson will come across in second. And Jackie Farmer makes her way around the final turn and over the Amsoil finish line for a strong third place finish for Jackie Farmer.
To you, the top 3 here in the Pro-Am Women's Final. In 3rd place, out of Medford, Wisconsin, racing for Fort Fremont Marine, Fly, Polaris, CNA Pro Ski, 32, and Power Mad. On the number 405 Polaris, 3rd place, Jackie Farmer. Comes Jackie. In second place, out of Adso, Norway, racing for Fratellund Companies, FXR, Artie Cat Speedworks, and also Sal's Bar and Grill, the number 93 Artie Cat of Maylene Anderson. And your winner from Alsden, Sweden, racing for Davis Racing, Polaris BASF, Linden Oil, and Tri-State Filter, on the 170 Polaris, Alina Ullman. Let's throw it down to Josie Christian. Josie?
Guys, I'm with third place finisher Jackie Farmer. Jackie, there was a lot going on the track tonight. There were some yellows, there was lappers, there's lots of roofs. Why don't you talk us through that and how you got through it all?
You know, it's definitely hard to get around the lappers, but just trying to get them around them quick is kind of difficult, but you just have to do it. But it's super fun out there, even though it's really tough.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my dad, first of all, for driving me out here and working so hard on my snowmobile. I couldn't do it without him. My brother, my sister, my mom, all of my family, Fort Fremont, Jeff Thompson, Fly, 999 Optics, CNA Pro Skis, Power Mat, and all my other sponsors. Thank you.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Maylene Anderson. Maylene, you got a very good hole shot, and you were ripping throughout that whole track. Why don't you tell us what was going through your mind right on the start?
I don't know. I've been kind of figuring out this start all day, all yesterday, and yeah, I don't know. We've been working on my sled, Artie Cat Speedworks, trying to get those hole shots, and yeah, now it's really working for me.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
My team, Fratellund Racing, my mom, my dad, my sister, all my friends, sponsor, everyone back home, my boyfriend Martin, FXR, Artie Cat, Speedworks, EVS, RSI, Fox, Rocks, yeah, and everyone else I forgot. Thanks.
Congratulations. And in first place, we have Alina Ullman. Alina, number 1 qualifier. You got out on top again tonight. You were here last night. Tell us a little bit about what you had to do throughout the weekend to get up here.
Yeah, you know, the start was really important here. It's a short track, and you gotta just push hard from the start.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
First of all, my team, Davis Racing, Polaris, Walker Evans, my mechanic, Rob Mason, CNA Pro Skis, Woody's, Henches Racing, Linden Oil, my boyfriend, my family, and everyone back home from Sweden that are watching.
Congratulations. That was the Pro-Am Women Final. Back to you guys. We're going to make a little kid happy.
And they are racing in the Pro-Am Plus 30 Final.
Looks like the number 24, Paul Bowerly,
He's been
out
so
early.
fast all day. But he ain't running away yet.
No, he isn't. Yeah, they're starting to space out a little bit behind him. I see that Paul's brother did not make it out here this weekend.
So Bowerly, then Paul Richard, then Patrick Brodeur, then Brad Meyer, David Blunt, Robert Heisman, Corey Thien, and Brian Staub right now, your top 8.
So Paul thinking that he needs to uphold the Bowerly name by
He's doing
being
just
out
fine.
front. Yes.
Sure, yeah, seems to be doing just fine.
I'm sure that Brian and his brothers, Kurt and Chad, and his mother are home going, go get him.
And I think, you know what, you got a brand new baby in the house. You better stay home every now and again.
Are you talking about Kurt?
I absolutely believe, yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep, you better believe it. But don't worry, Kurt. Paul's way
carrying,
out
carrying
front.
the torch for the family.
He certainly is.
Boy, look at this. Got a 6-second lead already over Patrick Brodeur.
Good for Patrick, up to second already around Paul Richard. Patrick makes it to almost every race on the
Sure
circuit.
does. I'll tell you what, very committed to snowcross racing, and that has a great time. Then you see Paul Richard, David Blunt in 4th, Brad Meyer, Heinzman, Thien, and Brian Staub bringing up the end of the field.
Patrick's listed as being from Derby, Vermont, but he's a Canadian, and he speaks French. I'm an American, I speak English. You know what we both do? We both sing Journey every time we see each other. Every time he walks up to me, it's Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing.
And he's not stopping believing right now because he's into second place. The battle continues between he and Paul Richard, but now he's got his sights set on Paul Bowerly, but it's an almost 10-second lead right now for your leader.
Bowerly starting to really space out away from the rest of the field here. It's a good battle between Brodeur and Richard, though. A little over a second. There you see Patrick, looks over his shoulder.
See him fighting the steering there a little bit, getting through some of that soft snow. 6 laps to go in the Pro-Am Plus 30 final.
Boy, he is a kind of a small, short, compact guy.
Yeah, strong as an ox, though.
Yes, he is.
Shake the man's hand and you go away shaking your hand. Down the front stretch he comes. Great shot right there as you see the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place competitors.
Hourly about 10, 12 seconds ahead of all these guys.
Over the AMSOIL finish line with that beautiful Ram truck in the background right there. Man, I love the looks of that truck.
5 laps left to go.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you, but I get distracted by that Ram Rebel.
The Rebel.
Look at that truck.
You see the interior in that thing?
I haven't. They won't let me near it. I tried to hotwire it last time they had it at a race. I feel bad.
No wonder our op guys want to sit in that all the time to stay warm.
I know. There's your leader. A big air. Wow. Paul Bowerly with the triple right there.
Getting around Corey Thine. Corey goes, yep, go ahead. You got
see you
all
later.
the room you want. I'm just happy to be out here on the same racetrack with you.
Through the Air Force rhythm section right there. And as we are 3.5 laps, I want to say to you again, congratulations. Nice job with that depth swear in, as always. I get emotional every time watching those kids take that commitment to heart and swear themselves to the U.S. Air Force at such a young age. I had nowhere near the wherewithal to do such a thing like that at their age.
No.
Or the smarts either, to be honest with you.
It's a good, it's a good decision not only to serve your country and protect our freedom, but the career opportunities like the Lieutenant Colonel said are just endless.
The 24, Paul Bowerly. Now it's an 18-second lead over Patrick Brodeur in 2nd and Paul Richard in 3rd.
Just think, Hawk, you could have been an announcer on some Air Force network radio station.
Again, I could have been.
Keyword, could have,
yes.
Look at Bowerly.
Look
Boom, goes
wow.
big.
Triples right by, and again, I believe that was Brad Meyering went by.
Yeah,
and
Brad
like,
looks over and goes, where did he come from?
Yeah, just go ahead. Headed for the Air Force flyaway again. Lap and a half to go now for your leader, the 24, Paul Bowerly. Paul from Duluth, Minnesota for Digital Ink and Fly Racing.
We got to put a shout out to his employer that lets him race. You know who that is?
No, I do not. Who?
AMSOIL.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I know those guys.
Yes, we do.
Speaking of that, that's the AMSOIL finish line right there. You're not done yet.
Yeah, you may want to go
you
one
got
more
lap to
off.
go. One more lap to go. That was the white flag.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him about that one.
Yeah, closed circuit to Josie Christian. Ask Paul if he thought the white flag was the checkers, because I think he stopped right there. The 24 through the Air Force flyaway with style one final time. 23-second lead. He was just fine to slow up there. And out of the final turn. And the flames await. The checkers are in the air this time for the 24. Paul Bowerly will take the win here in Salamanca, New York. Waiting on Patrick Brodeur, who'll be making his way out of the final turn momentarily here, headed for the checkers himself.
Going through the Ram turn down there right now. Here comes Patrick on the 80-11.
There he goes. And over the AMSOIL finish line, Brodeur takes 2nd.
Polaris, sponsored by Automotive Lift and Alignment, Woody, CNA Pro Ski, and Moflo Vents. Give it up for Paul Richard. In 2nd place out of Derby, Vermont for BRP Anderson Racing. Also for Trowel Trade Supply, Star Suspension and Stud Boy, Patrick Brodeur.
And be the first girl to make me throw this cash. We get mine, don't be mad, now stop.
And your winner from Duluth, Minnesota for Digital Ink, Fly Racing, AMSOIL, Skidoo, Stud Boy, and CNA Pro Ski. On the 24 Skidoo, Paul Bowerly. Let's go down to winner's circle with Josie Christian.
Guys, I'm with 3rd place finisher Paul Richards. Paul, this is a long start. It cuts across the track and it's flat. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, it's actually a nice start for once. It doesn't really matter where you qualify. Just pin it into the corner and hope you get through clear.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
The whole crew at Davies Racing, Polaris, Woody's, BASF, Light and Oil, CA Pro Skis, Rock Speed Effects, my wife, kids at home, love you guys, and everybody else, thanks for your support.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Patrick Brodeur. Patrick, your daughter is a racer in the Pro-Am women class. Tell us a little bit about that relationship and connection you guys have when you guys can practice and race.
Well, it helps out for sure. My goal is actually to make her really fast, faster than me. That's the goal. That's why I'm still doing it. So hopefully we'll get on that top of the box sooner or later.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank my team, Anderson Racing, Walls Unlimited, BRP Skidoo, Fly Racing, CNA Pro Skis, Todd Boy, NKLS, my wife that's here today, and my friends from Quebec. Also, everybody at home, my family, my kids. I love you guys. Thanks.
Congratulations. And on top of the box, we have Paul Bowerly. Paul, this is a Pro-Am Plus class. So let's talk about how you guys train for this and how you get out there and keep your stamina up.
Well, this class is a little bit different than I'm used to. I mean, this is my first year in the class, and every one of us has full-time jobs, so it's not quite the pro lifestyle of riding every day and stuff like that. So for this, it's doing what we can in the gym and riding the weekends and try to do as well as we can.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I just got to thank the whole team. Obviously, my wife for making the drive out here with me, my brothers, and all of our mechanics that support us and all their help at the shop, and Digital Link for the awesome graphics, and Fly, and Amsoil, Rocks, Stud Boy, CNA Pro Skis, and just everybody that's been behind us for all these years. It's been awesome.
Congratulations. That was a Pro-Am Plus 30 class. More finals coming your way.
Thanks.
And they're racing in New York. And man, that was a dead heat on the starting line. And I think it was Peter Narsa with the Stud Boy whole shot.
Renheim had a pretty good position and draw on the line, but I think as the night's gone on, I haven't really seen anybody from the inside able to work their way to the front.
And way out front already is Peter Narsa, but here comes Tim Tremblay. He gets around Kyle Pauline.
Well, Kyle Pauline went big in that part of the racetrack too, as they come back through here and they'll hit the U.S. Air Force flyaway section.
So the Hinges Racing number 54, Peter Narsa, won the X Games gold. Did not have a very good first round qualifier, but right now out front in a big way. But here comes your points leader already starting to track him down. Over the Amsoil finish line, it's Narsa, Tremblay, and Pauline, 1, 2, 3. Oh! Pauline is off his sled.
Boy, that sled's just trashed. Look at that thing.
I hope he's all right. Something bad there. I'm not sure if something broke on the sled upon landing or something broke after the landing, but that did not look good for Senior Smiley. Take a look at what happened here, Mike.
So he comes over the jump. He's looking pretty decent. Oh, and he just comes off the front. When he does that, then he pulls the bars a little bit, makes it dig, and off he goes.
I'm not sure, Mike. Regardless, let's hope Senior Smiley's okay, and we know for sure that FXR Mobile Medical Unit is on the scene and taking care of him right now.
And those guys are great people.
Love
we want a big thank you goes to Triton Trailer, FXR, to the folks at Polaris, all of the teams that pushed for this, and all of the sponsors that are part of that FXR Mobile Medical Unit. Jake Venata, very, very instrumental in helping put that together. A big kudos and thanks go to them.
Tremblay is reeled in, the leader, and the battle has begun between our points leader and our leader, Peter Narsa.
Tremblay staying inside, but Narsa able to carry a little more speed on the outside coming out of that corner. Now look at them, they swap. Narsa goes inside, Tremblay goes outside, but then comes back in, still trying to run down your leader, Peter Narsa.
Over the Amsoil finish line.
Last time 0.8 of a second, about the same, so running almost identical lap times, a 29.808 to 29.749, just about identical.
Oh, Tremblay to the inside, the U.S. Air Force sled tries the drag race, and Narsa stays in front for the moment. But that inside line might make for the lead, and it does.
Tremblay's got the position here. Stays inside. Narsa carries speed on the outside. Nope. Tremblay had the position, able to get around. He now in the lead.
So Tim Tremblay, who won his first Pro Open qualifier, is now leading the second one after getting around Peter Narsa. That Air Force sled is on fire this weekend and flying.
So Tremblay out in front, Narsa now about 0.7 of a second behind. Renheim in third, then Carlson, Palella, and of course Kyle Pleen having that nasty off.
And I'm being told in my ear, and really glad to hear this, that Kyle Pleen is back out on the racetrack, which is surprising because it looked like that sled exploded upon impact.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces of plastic that came off that thing.
And they put her back together. That's quite the
Strapped her
crew.
back down, yes.
Levi Lavalli out there with tape, putting things back together, and Kyle Pleen on the track. Glad to see that for Senior
I just hope
Smiley.
all the pieces stay on. Oh, and he almost comes off again.
Ouch.
It was the same thing,
spot.
too, where he
Yeah.
came over the front. I hope the pieces stay on that sled because you could see a lot of fiberglass, shaking around, and if he loses certain pieces, that's he's going to be called off the track because of safety reasons. So
Tremblay continues to lead. 3.5 laps to go now. Your points leader, that black sled, that Amsoil Air Force Ford truck sled, is on the front stretch. Then you see the Hinches sled right behind him. Tim Tremblay from Quebec, Peter Narsa from Sweden.
and then you got Renheim who's from Sweden also. Another international field up to the front here.
2.5 laps to go for your leader and our second place rider. As I said, Peter Narsa, and Kate Osborne's got a little something about him down by the racetrack. Kate?
Now, in talking to the team earlier, Hinges Racing Team, they were saying that actually Peter is a very technical rider. He's very good at identifying the little things about the sled. And I find that really interesting because you take Cody Cam, his teammate, who is one of those guys who just gets on and races it. It's very interesting team dynamic for sure.
They are teammates, they are roommates, and they're both very, very fast.
And yes, they have different attitudes and different riding styles of that.
Number 11 again, Tim Tremblay continues to be your leader. 2 laps to go in this race.
And Graham Turn, he'll make the turn on the back stretch here. Head for the Amsoil finish line. White flag will come out. 1 lap left to go for your race leader, Tim Tremblay.
Almost a 3-second lead for Tim Tremblay here in Heat 1, Round 2 of Amsoil Pro Open. If he holds on, it'll be a first and a first in his qualifiers. After winning in round 9 here on this very racetrack, that's a bunch of confidence right there.
Sure is. One last turn, makes the sweep. Back down in front. Double checkers are out.
Tim Tremblay will take the win in this Heat 1 Round 2 Pro Open qualifier. Narsa holds on for second. The Jimmy John sled of Anna comes across in third. Andrew Carlson will come across in fourth. And Cody Palella and Kyle Pleen, 5th and 6th.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 here tonight. Tim Tremblay, the points leader here in Pro Open. You're heading into the final. There's a lot of confidence with your win last night. What changes are you going to be making, if any?
Not much. The set is going pretty good right now, and we've made a couple of changes in my clutches, but I think for the final it's going to be good.
I think so too, guys. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah, he's confident and he's fast. Tim Tremblay with a win. It's in the starter's hands. And they are racing! Into turn 1 they go. Tucker Hibbert to the inside with the stud boy hole shot, and he holds off Cody Cam.
Now he's one of the first people that has made that work. Ross Martin off the track back on. But Tucker, one of the first people that really was able to muscle a hole shot.
Here comes
on
Cam.
the inside.
It's Hibbert and Cam on the inside over the Amsoil finish line. Both guys with big air. Oh man, did Tucker take that turn hard? I thought Cam was going to get into the back of him. He backs off just a bit, and Hibbert is gone.
Cody won't let him run away far. He'll try to stay right there and just reassess where he can find some place in the next 11 laps to get around him. Look at him challenging on the inside here.
It's Hibbert, it's Cam, and here comes Cam again to the inside. Has to slow up just a little bit. Now he'll round underneath him.
Oh, he wasn't quite close enough. He was going to try go high side and then come back down underneath. Set him up nicely, just not close enough to make it work.
Wow, is Tucker fast out of the turns? Oh, Cam a little squirrely through the rhythm section. But he catches him again right there. Loose is fast sometimes, Mike.
It can be, and Cody has always said that at times he'll take chances that maybe he shouldn't have taken, but he'd really love to take and take a win here.
Mike, that was a really cool move Cam just pulled. Now watch, Cam's been faster through the late section of the rhythm section right here. Let's see if he's faster than the T-Train again through that section.
It was interesting, before the last lap, Cody had the fastest lap of the race. Last lap, Tucker bettered that. Now Tucker they ran just about identical lap times, 29.362 to 29.354. It don't get any closer than that. You're talking 8 thousandths of a second difference.
Man, Cody Cam has figured out that turn. Right after the AMSOIL finish line, he's figured out how to take that turn fast. We'll watch that again as they come around after they complete this lap. The T-Train continues to lead, followed by Cam, then Todd, then Lincoln Lemieux and Elias Ishuel. Over the AMSOIL finish line with 6 laps to go. Now watch the line that Cody Cam uses right here on the very outside. Now he squares off, goes underneath, and makes up a lot of ground right there on that part of the track. T-Train continues to lead. Cam tries to chase him down through the rhythm section. Reels him in again, bit right there.
But Cody just can't get quite close enough. Try to get a ski underneath and make a pass.
Now watch.
Yeah, he's on the outside here.
Now watch this move right here. Outside,
and he's going to try skip.
Comes Cam.
Yes,
he made it move.
Oh, man. And he looked over his shoulder. He wanted to make sure that Tucker was clean and clear.
Wow.
Here comes Tucker back. This is great racing
This
right
is
here.
great racing, and what a confidence booster for young Cody Cam if he can hold off the T-Train. It's not very often we've seen anybody pass Tucker and go on for a win, but Tucker ain't done.
Well, no, we're only halfway through. Watch these guys as they go through here. Tucker just a tad bit slower that last step. Here comes Tucker now. Tucker is going to probably try to set him up and make the same move on him.
Tucker's been faster through this part of the racetrack, but not this time. Cam out front on that hitch of sled for Pertec continues to lead with 4.5 laps to go. They'll make their way down the backstretch right in front of us here in the booth. Over the AMSOIL finish line with 4 laps to go. It's Cam and the T-Train.
Tucker back about 7/10 of a second. Goes high, squares hard, hoping that he can scrub off a little of that lead. Ooh, Cody landed hard there.
Cody Cam in the lead, outside line. Tucker Train comes up behind him. Tries the inside, can't make up any ground there. Over the AMSOIL finish line, now 3 laps to go, Mike. Inside line for Cody Cam.
Tucker just can't seem to find a good line again. He was so strong early on, you know, and you kind of wonder if the racetrack's going away a little bit or Tucker's having a hard time finding that line.
How important is this win for Cody Cam points-wise?
Hey, well, yeah, you know, you look, Tim Tremblay's won both his heats. That's 10 points, not even including the points from the heat. So Cody winning a win here, you know, is going to take 5 of those away.
2 laps to go for Cody Cam. Cody out of Kenosha, Wisconsin for Polaris, Pertec, and AMSOIL. FXR and Monster Energy. Tucker Hibbert in second, Corin Todd third, then Lincoln Lemieux, Elias Ishuel, Ryan Springer, and Ross Martin. Out of the Polaris turn, Cam will see the white flag, 1 lap to go in this AMSOIL Pro Open qualifying.
1.77 is the differential between the two. Seems like a lot of ground for Tucker to make up. Just after he got past, it's just like he faded a little bit here.
Yeah. And again, maybe saving a little something for the final. Completely get that.
But, you know, when you look at Tucker, Tucker knows that to get back in the points battle here, he needs as many points as he can get. And he knows that that win would have given another 5.
Instead, it goes to Cody Cam. Checkers in the air, and Cody Cam will win that Pro Open qualifier. Here's the battle for third. And Corin Todd will hold off Lincoln Lemieux. So it's Cam, Hibbert, Todd, Lemieux, then Elias Ishuel, Ryan Springer, and Ross Martin.
Cody Cam taking the win in that heat race. Now you were really using that FXR corner. You used it and got around Tucker there. What was different about it for you than even Tucker?
You know, sometimes following your opponent is better for racing, and you know where they're going and what you can change to get around them, and it worked out really good in my benefits.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Big points for him there too.
Sure is.
That's transfer. 5 are done for the day, and they are racing into turn 1. The 765.
Montana Jess. Kern going out front with him.
That's the stud boy hole shot.
That's
to Jess.
Lindholm. So you got 3 Artie Cats up front here early on.
Out of the turn again, only 5 will qualify. We'll set the field for you. It's Lindholm, I should say Jess, Kern, Muller, Lindholm, Corbin Anderson, Kevin Wallenstein, the man on the outside looking in right now.
Boy, you know, you made such a move to get back in the points battle and now struggling to make the final.
Through the rhythm section, Montana Jess, if you remember, was leading his heat race and crashed right there. That put him in the LCQ. He's out front right now. Wow, power out of that turn now.
Montana Jess out of Westminster, Massachusetts for Team Artie Cat. Central Mass Motorsports, Woody's in Arctic Wear.
It's Jess, Kern, Muller, Lindholm, and Anderson continue to be your top 5, and Wallenstein, again, is your man on the outside looking in. He's got to get one more spot in 2.5 laps or he's done.
Yeah, he needs to get around Corbin Anderson's and Skidoo to get himself in the final here, which is so big.
2 laps to go in this LCQ.
Montana Jets looking solid out front. Travis Kern, the big tall racer out of Palisade in second. There you see Wallenstein trying to work on Anderson.
This is the battle for the bubble. The 17 is Anderson, the 122 is Wallenstein. That battle will result in one of them going to the final and the other going home. Outside goes Wallenstein.
Boy, they got sleds in front of them though.
And you know what? They know they're on the bubble, don't they?
Oh, you bet they do.
It's a drag race over the Amsoil finish line. The white flag is out. Everything depends on this last lap.
Anderson there in the blue. Wallenstein the 122.
Oh,
Wallenstein goes high.
Look at this race for the final spot in the final. It's a drag race right in front of you, fans. Let them hear it. The 17.
Here comes Wallenstein trying to make a move on the outside.
Outside, it works for Wallenstein for the moment. Can he hang on to the spot? It's a drag race to the finish line.
Look at Wallenstein.
And
and he made it.
Wallenstein makes the pass. Wow.
Well, you seen him coming out of the FXR corner. Just really found another gear. 15 sleds.
And they're racing.
8 laps.
Wow. Into the turn go 15 sleds for the FXR Sport class. And shot out of a cannon right there. Was that Mitchell Thielen on the 239? Oh, off the sled, you hold on to it.
I wonder if it wasn't Jake Giesman. Nope, yeah, Jake Giesman.
It is the 139, not the 239. Jake Giesman is out front. The stud boy hole shot. Grant Glasshagel in second and Hunter Patnode in third right now.
Caden Woody sitting in fourth and Jay Laura. Kuntzman in 6th, Bester and Cole 7th and 8th. Those are your top 8 drivers.
Carrying a lot of speed through the U.S. Air Force rhythm section right now is Jake Giesman.
You know, we've talked about the FXR Mobile Medical Unit. Jake Giesman can attest to how important they are. It's hard to believe that in Duluth, he was landed on, almost lost his arm, and due to the actions of the FXR Mobile Medical crew, they were able to take and triage him and treat him there at the track. They transferred him to the hospital. Here he is leading the race.
Such a wonderful thing.
Oh, man, those guys are just awesome. Dr. Odom and everyone that works in that group.
And he seems to be recovered completely because he is flying right now. Almost 2 seconds out front of Grant Glasshagel, who is your second place rider, and then Hunter Patnode in third right now. We'll reset the field as they hit that Amsoil finish line. 5 laps to go in the FXR.
Giesman out front, Glasshagel in second, Hunter Patnode, your number 1 qualifier, sitting in third. Then Bester in fourth, Caden Woody, Laura Kuntzman, Taylor Cole, Trent Whitwer, and Colin Kearns. Those are your top 10.
So smooth through the rhythm section, looking very, very good. Jake Giesman came in as your 7th qualifier from Cadillac, Michigan for Polaris Racing, Araho Enterprises, and Giesman Excavating and Landscaping.
FXR Sport Final. This class, a huge, huge stepping stone for these drivers as they want to make the move up into Pro Light. And this is some tough, tough competition out here right now in this class.
And it's almost to the point with this class, Mike, where it's a different winner every race.
It is.
I mean, you just never know. It's got a lot to do with the start. It's different racetracks for different skills. It's worked out really great. And thanks again to FXR and everybody over there for sponsoring this great class.
Boy, Milt Reimer doing a great job. You know, his sponsorship is so many different things. There you see a yellow, someone down in the corner. Giesman's going to go around right now. I wonder if that wasn't Mitchell Thielen. It kind of looked like a 39 there. But Giesman gets by. Back to Milt Reimer from FXR. You know, he sponsors so many things in racing and such a huge part of the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series powered by RAM. And we talked about the mobile medical unit being the primary sponsor there. Just incredible.
We've got 2 laps to go in the FXR Sport Final. He's been out front since the first lap. Jake Giesman is the man on point at this moment. It continues to be Giesman, Glasschagel, and Patnode, 1, 2, 3. Then Riley Bester and Caden Woody, Jay Lura, Kyle Kunzman, Taylor Cole, Trent Whitwer, and Cameron Anderson are your top 10 right now.
Same as they go back through the Ram corner. They'll come back down in front of us across the AMSOIL finish line to click off another lap, and it should be 1 to go.
That's right. The white flag is out for the 139. Into the FXR turn in the FXR Sport class. A look over his shoulder to see where Grant Glasschagel is. This would be a good run for Glasschagel as well. Through the rhythm section for the final time. You saw the top 3 right there on your screen. Giesman, Glasschagel, Patnode. Out of the Polaris turn for the final time.
Shaking his head going, man, that was not a good move, but still taking the win.
And the win goes to Jake Giesman. Grant Glasschagel comes across in second, and Hunter Patnode hangs on for third. Our third place racer in the FXR Sport Final comes to us from Heartland, Vermont for Ingles Performance, Skidoo, 999 Goggles, and Fly, the number 208, Hunter Patnode. Our second place rider tonight comes to us from Ingleside, Illinois for Arctic Cat, Ingram Motorsports, Stud Boy, and EBS, the 227 of Grant Glasschagel. And your winner of the FXR Sport Final in round 10 in Salamanca, New York, racing for Polaris Racing, Araho Enterprises, Giesman Excavating and Landscaping, the number 139, Jake Giesman. Congratulations to our top 3. Let's go down to Josie Christian. Josie?
Hunter Patnode, our third place finisher. Hunter, Riley was on your tail right at the end there. You guys are also battling for points a little bit. You just passed him for that first place position. What were you thinking so you knew you could stay in front of him?
I knew he was coming on to me on the end of the race, so I knew I just had to make sure he couldn't cut underneath me. So I had to play blocker for that last lap. But all in all, it was a great weekend. Couldn't thank everybody enough. Ingles Performance, Skidoo, XPS, 139 Designs, Fly, CTI knee braces, my mom, my dad, my brother, my girlfriend, my sister, all my buddies for coming out here. Couldn't thank them enough. Caleb, Angus, Kyler, Gavin, they've done so much for me. I can't thank them enough.
Congratulations. And in second place, we have Grant Glasschagel. Grant, let's talk about those lines out there. There's a lot going on, and the lines are always getting messed up. What are you thinking before you go out and through that?
I'm just thinking to ride as clean as possible and keep my line and make sure I stay on the sled and stay consistent.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, all my friends over there, Mike Haas, Ed Ingram, Novotny's, and everybody else I forgot. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And in first place, we have Jake Giesman. Jake, this is your first time winning the sport class, am I right?
I won Chicago last year, too.
Okay, well, still, you did an amazing job, and you went second in Deadwood. What did you do in between to get up here tonight?
I spent a few weeks of training and riding, and just pushing myself hard every day so I can get back to where I was. I had an injury in Duluth, and it took me a little bit to get back from that, but I think I'm back to 100%.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
First off, my mechanic, Austin. His grandpa passed away this past week, and he still chose to come with me and, support me, so I definitely couldn't do it without him. He means a ton. My girlfriend, Haley, my mom and dad, my sister, everybody at Polaris, Tom Rager Jr., Ben, Brad, and the Walker Evans boys, Bob and Kyle. Definitely couldn't do it without them. Also, Araho Enterprises, FXR, Active Chiropractic of Cadillac, Fly Racing, Rock Speed FX, Stud Boy, and anybody else I forgot. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That was the sport final, a very exciting race. Back to you guys for more exciting races.